Let's take garbage and make it shine. This whole project is asinine. Waste some time with me, I can guarantee this old junk will soon toe the line.
We polishing turds, mediocrity curd. I can't find the words, this song is absurd. We're polishing turds, we're polishing turds.
Alright boys, my turbo's here from Forced Inductions.
That's awful small.
Oh no, it's plenty big.
What you got?
60mm V-band. Look at that.
That's pretty snazzy.
Yeah, it's all tricked up, coated, ready to go.
What is this right here?
Oh,
What? What in the? Another one?
Yeah, that's the other turbo. I guess they accidentally shipped two.
Sure you want to put this on there?
Be rude to send it back.
I don't know, man. A little big for what you're wanting to do.
No, it'll work. It'll work just fine. All right, so we got two Forced Inductions
Twins.
turbos for the 2Runner here. We got two because there are two spots. We couldn't put just one turbo in.
Blank, is that normal?
Yeah, that's fine. We can't just put one in and have an empty spot over there. We got to fill it up with turbos. So that's what we're doing. All right, the heart of the beast here, I guess you might say, or one of the main parts, Forced Inductions. The guys, Jose and the guys at Forced Inductions have sent us two, not one, but two little turbo units for this thing. I believe they're right around 60mm, little itty bitty deals, but that's what we want. We want small, spool, quick, but still be able to make a pretty good amount of power. So I guess that's probably the biggest thing we got to get on this thing today. The biggest project. But anyhow, here they are, all coated up and looking trick as can be. All V-band, every which way. All right, enough shenanigans. But we do have tons. Parts have finally started to kind of arrive here, and we've got a ton to go over, stuff that's going on the 2Runner, LS1Runner, whatever you prefer. I'm probably always going to call it 2Runner because I've called it that for so long. But let me know in the comments whether you think it should be the 2Runner or the LS1Runner. Anyhow, converter. Circle D has sent us a fine converter for our 4080 transmission. I talked to Pete and kind of talked with him about the project and what we plan on doing. Different Pete, not me. I don't talk to myself. Sometimes I do, not right now. But we wanted a really tight style converter that'll take a lot of power. So that's what this is intended to be. It's a triple disc. Like I say, one of our main goals here is mileage and stock style drivability. So that's what this is. Also, we have one of their billet one-piece flex plates here. And man, is this thing nice. Super trick. So this may be like the first thing we put in today just to get it out of the way and transmission tucked up in there for good, more or less. But it comes with bolts and everything. All right, motion slash Rife stuff. We got a whole ton of it here. First off, we got a throttle body. This is a 92, smallest one. I think they have. If it was up to me, I'd even get a smaller one. This turbo will jam it in there. But this is built for boost. You can see in the bolts for the blade are TIG back here, so they can't come loose. That's great for turbo stuff. A lot of times the cheaper throttle bodies, you'll lose a bolt or something into the motor, and this one makes that impossible, so that's good. And also it's designed to bolt straight to our I don't know what you call this, Y thingy that will come out of the intercoolers and into here. Just makes it all packaged really well. That'll be the second piece in the puzzle. We got a motion blow-off valve. We got to dump the boost when we let out of the throttle, and this will keep our turbos happy and in one piece. And then we've got we've got our flex couplers here for sealing up these pipes, but allowing a little bit of movement so we don't crack pipes down the road. This is a street deal. In my opinion, this is more important on the street stuff than it is the race cars. This stuff has got to be allowed to flex and move a little bit so we don't break tubing and have those kind of problems. Throttle cable, tons of sensors. I told you we're going to overload this thing with sensors, so I went ahead and got started on a bunch of Rife sensors. These are high quality sensors. Generally speaking, they just run and don't give any trouble, and that's what we want. And I also wanted air temp sensors that react quickly and give us a true reading quickly. Sometimes the problem you have with regular air temp sensors, they work fine, but they read really slowly. And for what I'm trying to do with this deal, I wanted quality stuff that reacts quickly, so you can get a more accurate representation of what's happening in a turbo motor like this. All right, fuel injectors, fuel injector connection. These are 1000cc little dudes, top quality injectors. This matters to a guy like me. I hate tuning junky injectors because they're such a compromise, and it's always a good start to have good injectors in there that do what they're supposed to do. I guess this is kind of the heart of the beast, because this is going to run those injectors. Holley Terminator, X-Max, also going to run the transmission. All this is brand new from Holley. New harness, new everything.
Flat screen TV.
Yeah, flat screen. Megatron here. We've got the big dash. We may have to cut my dash into small pieces to make this work, but that's okay. Don't care. I like the big one. And then input and output expander. We got all those sensors I told you about. The Terminator out of the box will only handle 4 in, 4 out as far as extra inputs and outputs, and this gives us another 8 in and 8 out. So kind of important. Also, we can do some here if we need to. But anyhow, we'll see how far we get with this. Holley boost controller. This is going to eat up 2 outputs, but that's okay. That's what we're going to manage the boost with in all different conditions. All right, we got these little hats to extend our injectors a little bit. We got the shorter style so we can go in different intakes, because we're probably going to do some intake swapping at some point on this thing. But these got to go on to make them the right length to go under these rails. Now, pro tech tip, put them on the top, not the bottom. And yes, I have seen them come to the shop when they're on the bottom, which is obviously not the way to do this. All right, we kind of run into our first big problem here. Changed the water pump out. We wanted to make sure we had heater port access, and the other one was kind of plugged off, so we put this one on. Also ground here to make room for the throttle body, which is really tight because this intake is so low. But the major problem here is the returns. The turbo drain backs on this timing cover are just kind of a problem. They're really big and they're clocked at like a 30-degree angle, and this goes like directly into our alternator, and there's really no good way to handle this. So what we're going to do is plug this and then try to come around and tee into over here to drain the driver's side turbo. We think that'll work. If it doesn't work, we just have to do something a little different, but we're going to try that first, and we think it'll work. But anyhow, always something. All right, transmission is in for the final time, using the bolts that Circle D supplied. and we're shimmed correctly, so we got some clearance. It's the #1 killer of thrust bearings. Thrust bearings don't kill themselves. Converter clearance problems do, and pressure problems. But we're not going to have those. But anyhow, the billet flywheel doesn't even, flex plate doesn't even really look right on this thing. This thing is too nice for the 2Runner, but it's on here anyhow. All right, it's time for the fun part and also the terrible part, and that's putting the turbos somewhere. We just found out the radiator support that we ordered, they sent us the wrong one. But we know that there's kind of a hard line right here. Well, if we put the turbo here, we're gonna have no room for air filters. So it looks like it's gonna have to go here. Which may work out better anyhow, because that gets us halfway past the front wheel. So our downpipe can go straight down through here and head in the right direction. So that may be better anyhow. So over here we're gonna have some electronic junk to move, but I think we can make it work. And that's gonna be what it is. I guess it's time to start cutting and hacking. Cool. All right, changing out this tie rod, because these things are notorious for coming apart on Toyotas. I already had the driver's side come apart on me one time. That was a lot of fun. We're putting a new one on the passenger side just for safety reasons.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
They are eating the cats. They are eating the cats. They are eating the cats. They are eating the cats.
Buckle my shoe. What you gonna do when they come for you? Yeah, 3, 4, knock on your door. If they'll eat your cat, then they'll eat you too.
They are eating the cats.
They're eating the pets.
They are eating the cats.
They're eating the dog.
They are eating the cats. They are eating the cats.
How delicious and nutritious a house cat can be. 0 caffeine, high in protein and vitamin C.
They are eating the cats. They are eating the cats. They are eating the cats. They are eating the cats.
All right, Lee, what we got?
Fuel pump. Fuel pump out Ronnie's. We're gonna make them work somehow.
Right, so this is what come out of it.
It's actually a Walbro 255.
Well, I told you this thing's full race.
Yeah, let's see.
Right, so that's what was in there. Now we're going with
Twin air motives.
twin air motives for maximum power. Only the best for the 2Runner. This is the old tank. And that somehow never ran dry. I wrapped that needle plumb 1/4 inch behind the empty mark and it still goes. Don't even need gas. All right, Ronnie, got a tune. We got a hammer tune, a little spot here.
Let's hammer it.
Let's do it. Perfect. All right, what we got here, Lee?
Got a contraption. So we got a
This
Hellcat.
is the stock thingamabob.
Yep. Got some welded on AN fittings.
Right. And then
We switched up. We ran air motive. I think it's what, 335 or 325, and then we did a Hellcat 525.
right, so we'll drive around on this little unit
Yep.
and you mash a button and pro mod.
Yep.
Right. Or well, I'll have this wired into the Holly just where it'll come on when I need it to.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll probably glue all this up and run our wires out here. But that handles that pretty much. Still be able, hopefully we can tap into this and use the factory sender and figure out what voltage is what on that, so we can kind of set it up in the Holly dash and still have a fuel level.
All right, so as you can see, we've got ourselves a twin turbulated 1996 Toyota 4Runner, close to 400,000 miles. So anyhow, we got two turbos kind of attached. Obviously, we're not running yet, but we're making progress. Big thanks to Office Guy Lee and Ronnie for helping me out through this project. Obviously, you can see that they're doing a great job. And also to all the companies that have been helping here, Forced Inductions, Motion, Circle D, there's a long list, Holly Fuel Injection. Just a quick note about hot rodding in general. Well, you may say, well, why on earth would you engage in any kind of foolishness like this? And you know, this is kind of a involved project, but if you're starting out hot rodding, it may not be anywhere near as ambitious of a project. But I think there's a lot of benefits to starting out in the hot rodding hobby, if you want to call it. You're going to learn all kinds of skills. You're going to learn how to do all kinds of things to make your little projects come to life. When you first start out, you're not going to know any of these skills. Maybe you know some of them, but there's going to be a lot of voids, and you're going to have to learn that stuff. And that's a great thing to do, because then you're a little bit less useless of an individual. And you're also going to meet all kinds of people that are very skilled. You're going to learn from them, and you know, it's just a great thing in general that hot rodding can be. It's very educational, in my opinion. Maybe not a PhD type, diploma type education, but nonetheless very real world educational. Because hot rodding, maybe you can fix the washing machine, or who knows what. Anyhow, that's enough of me rambling on about nothing for one day. Like, share, and subscribe. Merch is at heraldengine.com. Make sure you're still subscribed. A lot of people tell me that they keep getting unsubscribed, so I don't know what that's about, but check and make sure. We'll be back in a few days. Maybe we'll be getting some intercooler stuff ready. Hopefully we got the right radiator support. We can start getting tying loose ends up here and there, but obviously there's a lot to go. But that'll be coming up very soon on Real Good at Doing Stuff.
To the line.
We're polishing turds. Mediocrity curd. I can't find the words. This song is absurd. We're polishing turds. We're polishing turds.